Listen, bro, you will never accomplish anything meaningful in life. I'm gonna tell you why. You know why? Because you don't want to. That's why. You don't want to. That's why you will never achieve anything worth accomplishing or worth anything in life, because you don't want to. Simply because you don't want to. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by that. Whatever you want to do in life, you can do. And I'm gonna tell you how. Because you may say, well, Leak, some stuff is hard, some stuff is difficult, whatever the case is. Okay, cool. I understand that. And you're right. But let me give you some reality, and let me just show you how when you want to do something, you do it. For the guys that smoke, when you smoke gas, you could be dead broke, down and out. You're gonna find a way to smoke. Whether you gotta go smoke with your friends, whether you gotta go whether you spend $5, whatever it is. For the people that drink, when you want to drink and you want to hit the bottle at night or whatever the case is, or hit the bottle during the day, you're going to find a way to get some liquor. You're going to find a way to get some alcohol. You're going to figure it out. You're going to find a way. For the people that's out on the streets and they on crack and they on drugs and they on crack, they on drugs, they on stuff that they're not supposed to be on, they going to get their fix. They're going to figure out a way to get their fix. It is, bro. I'm telling you, when you want a job because you know you got to pay your bills, you're going to find you a job. You do what you want to do. Everybody pretty much does what they want to do, to an extent, of course, because it's something that's going to be out of your reach. But for the most part, when you want to do something, you find a way to do it. And I'm going to tell you why you ain't going to never be successful in life. You're never going to be successful in life because you don't want to. Because if you want to be successful, you will. If you want to lose weight, you will. If you want to gain weight, you will. If you want to eat better, you will. If you want to live a better life, you will. If you want to get that career, you will. If you want to get this type of money, you will. Whatever you want to do, whatever you will do it. You will figure out how to do it. You're going to figure, if you want it bad enough, you will figure out how to do it and how to make it happen. Because I'm going to tell you, bro, we figure out everything else. If you want to get some cat, bro, everybody getting cat. Everybody on this. If you really want to get some cat, you're going to find a way to get some cat. Even if you ain't got no girls lined up, you going to find a way to get some cat if that's what you want to get. So what I mean by all that is, if you want to be something, bro, you will. It's not about what's hard. It's not about this don't work. It's not about that don't work. Because if you got to change the strategy 100 times, if you got to change the way you're going to get there 100 times, you're going to figure out a way to get to where you're trying to go. You're going to figure it out. That's if you really, really want to. If you want to stop smoking, you will. If you want to stop smoking, you will. If you want to put the bottle down, you will. If you want to. But see, the thing is, most people don't want to bad enough. They don't want it that bad. And because they don't want it that bad, they're not going to give it full effort. When you want to do something, you give it your all. You figure out a way to get it. You figure out a way to make it happen. If you got to hit that bottle because you hit that bottle every single day, you're going to find a way to get you a bottle for that day. If you got to smoke your J because you smoke every single day, you're going to find a way to get you a J. You're going to find a way to get you your fix. So you're going to find a way to get some gas. You're going to figure it out. When you want to do something bad enough, you're going to figure it out. You exhaust every option. You exhaust every option to make sure that you fulfill what you're trying to fulfill when you really want to do something. Why is it different when it comes to getting a new career or making more money or becoming this or becoming that or doing something meaningful in life? Why then does it not work? Because it works for everything else. It works for everything else that you want to do, Slim. Everything else that you want to do, you find a way to do it. But it's the stuff that benefits you. It's the stuff that you're supposed to be doing. That's when it gets hard. That's when it becomes difficult. If you want to get up early in the morning so you can get a better job, or you want to get up early in the morning so you can maximize your day, you will. Because I'm going to tell y'all, bro, when I don't wake up in the morning, it wasn't because I couldn't do it. It was because I didn't want to bad enough. I didn't want those results bad enough, so I didn't give it my full energy. Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you how I know. Most people say that it's hard to get up in the morning, but when those people got a flight to catch, and them people got a flight to catch, whether it's 4 or 5 in the morning, they gonna figure out how to get up and they ain't gonna miss their flight. They ain't gonna miss their flight, especially if they had to get their money together to get the flight. They not gonna miss that flight. Or if it's a location that they really want to go to and they've been dying to go to for the last 6 months, they planned the trip 6 months ago, they gonna figure out a way to make it to that flight. They can't get up at 6, 7 in the morning to work out, but they gonna get up at 4 in the morning to go to the airport. We do what we want to do, bro. We do exactly what we want to do. We put ourselves exactly where we want to put ourselves. So why does it change when it gets to something that's going to benefit you? Why does it change when it gets to something that's going to make you great? Why does it change when it's time to do something meaningful? Why does it change when it's time to actually accomplish something? Because we do it for everything else. You could be busy, bills past due, all that type of stuff. You want to talk to that girl bad enough, you gonna figure out a way to get on break or whatever the case is so you can talk to that girl. I bet you do that. I bet you figure that out. That's the difference, bro. So that's what I mean by you will not accomplish anything in life that's meaningful because you don't want to. And if you want to, you will. If you want to accomplish something, you will. If you want to have more money, you will. You will figure it out. I'm telling you, bro. Your wheels will turn every single day until you figure out how to get to that thing. If that's what you really want to do. Because I'm telling y'all, we do it for everything else, bro. We do it for absolutely everything else. When we want to do something, we figure out a way to do it. And there's nothing on earth that can stop you when you really want to do it. I'm telling you. So have that same mentality for your goals. Have that same mentality for being successful. Have that same mentality for something that's meaningful. Because if you want to make that call, if you want to go to the gym, if you want to eat better, if you want to go get a new job or make more money, you will figure out a way. It's not hard because everything else, why is everything else not so hard? Why is everything else not so hard? Why can't you get up in the morning, but you can get up in the morning to go to the airport? Why you can't get up in the morning to go to the gym, but you can get up and go to the airport? Why can't you read on a daily basis, but you can make sure that you find some money to go smoke? You gonna figure out that. You gonna make sure you figure that out. You gonna make sure you figure that out because you want it bad enough. You want it that bad. That's something you've been geeking for. That's something you fiending for. That's something that you really want. And when you really want something, you gonna get it. Bro, if you want a new iPhone, you figure out a way to get that. You figure out a way to get them clothes. You figure out a way to get the designer clothes. You figure out the way, you figure out a way to do everything else, but you can't figure out a way to do something that's meaningful, that's gonna actually contribute to you being successful in life. How does that make sense? That's why I said in the beginning of the video, Slim, you will not become anything and you will not accomplish anything that's meaningful because you don't want to. It's not that you can't, it's because you don't want to. And if you want to, you will. That's the thing. If you truly want to become somebody, if you truly want to set and get the goals and accomplish the goals that you set out to accomplish, you will. You will, because you're going to figure out a way. There's nothing that's going to be able to stop you. There's nobody that's going to be able to stop you, because I'm telling you, bro, when you feeding and when you want to smoke and you weefing, you figure out a way to smoke. Even if you down bad and you broke, you could be broke. Bills past due, all type of craziness going on. Car about to get repoed, but you going to find $20, $25, $10, however much it costs to make sure that you go smoke. You're going to figure that out. You're going to figure it out, and you're going to figure it out every single day, because we figure out the things that we truly want to figure out. I'm telling you, bro. Yes, it's hard. And you may say, why you equating one thing to another? Why are you equating spending $10 on gas and whatever else? Because when you want to bad enough, you will. If you wanted to, bro, it's just like, fellas, stop acting. Come on, bro. Y'all know that if you got a girl or if you got girls around you, you know you will treat her right if you want to. That's why I tell my little sister that, fool. I tell my little sister all the time, look, I say, look, understand that you don't ever have to beg a man to treat you right. You don't never have to beg a man to treat you right. You never got to ask him to treat you right, because if he want to treat you right, he will. Y'all know that. Fellas, y'all know that. If you treating your girl wrong and you treating your girl bad, it's because you wanted to do it, or you just don't care that much. You don't care that much, or you think that she ain't gonna go nowhere, so you just look at it like, man, I'm gonna treat her how I treat her because she ain't going nowhere. You doing the same thing with your goals. You can do the same thing with your goals. If you want to treat that girl right, you'll treat her right. You'll make sure that you put in effort. You make sure that you figure out what she like, figure out what she like to eat, figure out what stuff she want to do, figure out all of this, figure out what her favorite color is and all that other stuff. You gonna figure that out. Or it's not, even if it's not your girl, you gonna make sure that you figure out a way to get some money so you can take that girl out, also you can spank. You figure that out. But why you can't figure out a way to get an education? Why you can't figure out a way to enroll in some sort of class? Why you can't figure out a way to go get a skill? Why you can't figure out a way to go lose some weight? Why you can't figure out a way why you can't figure all that out? You can't figure out nothing productive, but you can figure out how to do everything that you ain't even supposed to be doing. Come on, Slim, let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. Because I say the same thing to myself. When I don't get up in the morning, oh, it's not because I got some elaborate excuse, or it's not because I just couldn't do it. It's because I didn't want to that bad. I ain't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. I just didn't want to. I'm not even gonna make no excuse, because if I want to, I will. If I truly want to, I will. Just like if I truly want to be a content creator, I will. If I truly want to make money doing this, I will. If I truly want to do this over here, I will. If I truly want it, I will, because I'm going to figure out a way. There's nothing that's going to be able to stop me. There's no person, no platform, nobody, no entity. Nobody can tell me that I can't do this, because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to do what I want to do, just like you going to do what you want to do today. And you do what you want to do every single day. We ain't limited. We're not restricted. A lot of the times we're not restricted because of the things that we want to do. We make sure we will ask for favors. We'll ask for help. We're going to go holler at this person. We're going to go holler at that person. We're going to do all that. We're going to do all of that just so we can accomplish the goal that we want to accomplish that day. But we can't figure out a way to accomplish something meaningful. That don't make no sense to me, Slim. If you can figure all of that out, then you can figure out how to be successful. You can figure out how to accomplish your goals. You can figure out how to get that weight off you. You can figure out how to put some weight on. You can figure out a way to do everything else that you want to do. And you will figure all of that out. And you can. So what I mean by all of this is, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't make it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that and you can't be successful. Because I'm trying to tell you, if you want to, you will, bro. If you want to accomplish great things, and you want to be great, you want to be a great individual, bro, I'm telling you, you can. Don't settle for less. Don't let nobody tell you to settle for just this much and you good, or just to be comfortable. Whatever you want to do. If you want to buy a Ferrari, you going to find a way to do it. Because you may say, oh, I do want this, or I do want that. You don't want it bad enough to do everything that you need to do. You don't want it bad enough to do everything in your power to actually do it. You like the sound of it. It sound good. It sound good to get a Ferrari. It sound good to get a McLaren. It sound good to live this place. It sound good to go to Dubai first class. It sound good. But you don't really want it, because you're not really going to do what it takes to actually get there. It sound good. Don't be a sound good type of person, Slim. We don't care about what sound good. We actually want these things, and we're gonna actually get these things. And I'm not just talking about monetarily. I'm not just talking about financial. I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about everything we want in life. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in another one. If you want to, bro, I promise you will. If you want to make it, you will. Do whatever it takes, and don't let nobody stop you. I love y'all.